All right, here we are with part 2. Had to cut that a little short because I had to do some cleanup, and I only have 2 hands. But yeah, we can work on reactivity before reactivity starts is essentially the moral of the story here. Loose leash walking and looking for more awareness and acknowledgement of us on the walks. That's a big one. And I'd say 3. You got the loose lead, acknowledgement, and you also want to work on his change of direction, kind of controlling his change of direction a little bit, or I should say, kind of directing it appropriately. That's a bird, yeah! Birds are good. Shake it off. Almost reacted to that bird, but didn't. So his course of direction. So he does a lot of like anchoring and crisscrossing and things like that. We want to minimize those on our walks. Essentially, it's kind of a manifestation of where he's at mentally. If he's crisscrossing, going forward, going backward, it's just a diagram for his scattered state of mind, and we want to encourage calmness and clarity on the walks, because if he's in that state of mind already, then when he greets other dogs or sees other dogs, we're working from a much more likely to succeed standpoint, right? We're not in this jittery, anxious, crisscrossy state of mind. So we're just working on, essentially, those 1 and 3 are just leash manners in a nutshell. But 2, that attention and that awareness that we are the one holding the leash, and we are the one that's kind of should be dictating how we react to things. So we should be kind of serve as a mirror, you know. If we see dogs and start getting all excited or tensing the leash, that's going to transfer down to him. Obviously, we don't want to do that. I would say that greeting dogs on leash, for now, is a no-go, because I don't want to encourage heightened state of arousal. Oh, perfect. Here's a dog right here. Nice and slow. I'm not tensing the lead. I'm slowing my pace, though. Oh, and he's off leash. Nice. I don't want to make a big scene of it, so we'll just keep walking. Hello. Good boy. Come on. All right. Come on, Bubba. Good boy. Yeah, shake it off. Right, we saw a dog first. We saw a person first. We simply and calmly greeted, and then we just move on, go about our business. But you can see after the event, if you can even call it that, he's more excited now, and he's pulling more. So we need to, good boy. We need to encourage more eye contact like that, and definitely encourage those little shakes like that. That's just him trying to relieve stress. That's a car. But you can see it kind of, you know, he didn't really vocally react, which is a huge plus. But he's still experiencing reactivity. It's just it didn't manifest vocally, but it's manifesting with the pulling and cross-cutting, and even a little bit of whimpering. So after that happens, I mean, I still count that as a success, but we need to work on all those other things. Like I said, the precursors to reactivity are more important than working on the reactivity manifestation itself. So we need to take slower strides, take deeper breaths. Good boy. And anytime we see a dog like that, hear a dog, we mark it positively. kind of like I was saying in that like first clicker video when he was barking at the guys downstairs. You're not saying, I'm glad that you're anxious or reacting. What you're saying is, dog is good, essentially. Every time we see one, we don't want to get super excited. Definitely encourage sniffing. That's another way to reduce stress that they exhibit. So let him kind of calm himself down and reset. They're inside dogs anyway. So it's one of those things. I mean, again, it's a balance, right? It is both of our walks for sure, but we're just walking him a little bit more educated on this end of the leash and knowing what to look for, and the things to reinforce and the things to discourage. So I like cross-cutting and leash pulling and stuff, discouraging that. Like I said, that's working on the precursors to reactivity. That's going to help us in the long run. But also allowing him still to have some freedom. So like I said, while I do this with the longer line, okay, the better he does, the more freedom he gets. But make sure when you give him that freedom, he's not in a heightened state of arousal. Otherwise, we're going to be reinforcing the wrong thing. We're going to say the more anxious you are, the more freedom you get. Good boy. Good boy. Shake it off. What I want to encourage is the more you do natural self-soothing techniques like the shaking or the sniffing, the more freedom you get. So we're just shaping the dog, right? And the kind of dog we want to have out on walks. A less anxious dog, a more engaged dog with us, not with the environment. Not that he's disengaged with the environment, but we should take precedent over the environment. Good boy! And always rewarding for eye contact to improve our importance as we're out on walks. Yeah. And then when we get back home, we want to exhibit a little bit of control with the return aspect of actually going back in. So we want to go up the stairs calmly and together. And once we're up, we want to enter calmly and together, which again, I'll need an extra hand for, so I'm going to cut it there. But I hope that's all helpful, and let me know if you have any questions. He did fantastically. I'm glad we got to see that dog there. Bonus that he was off leash. He did a super good job. And we're going to give him some playtime and positive stuff when we get back in. Nice. Nice work.